Hey there, and welcome to Utah. Have you ever considered making a move or relocating here to the Beehive State? If so, you are in luck. Today, I'm going to give you a rundown of some of the pros and cons of actually living right here in beautiful Utah, and we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Koehle here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent here in Utah, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living here in the Beehive State. And if that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below. Make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you're notified every week we drop a new video. We hear from people like you all the time who are looking to make a move, who are looking to relocate, buy or sell a property here in Utah, and we absolutely love it. So if you are thinking about making a move, relocating, buying or selling, or even building a property here in Utah, my team and I hear from people like you all the time, and we absolutely love it. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and it would be our pleasure to connect with you and chat and see how we can help you out. So let's hop right into some of the pros and cons of living here in Salt Lake City. I get reach outs every single day, people looking to relocate here from Florida, from Tennessee, from California, from Arizona. I mean, literally all over the place. And really, most people say, I've been watching your videos. I just need to know if this is the right place for me. So let me share with you some of the things that, again, clients that I have helped make a move out here. Some people say, hey, you know what? Here's all the things that I really like, and here's some of the things I actually don't care for much. So let's hop right into it. Number one pro of living here in Utah, simply the outdoors. The outdoors here in Utah are spectacular. There are so many outdoor activities to do. If it's in the wintertime, you've got world-class snow and skiing and resorts, so many resorts, 8 resorts right at your fingertips within the Salt Lake City area. It is an unbelievable number. I have people that are coming out all the time. They're like, Mariah, we're planning another ski trip. Oh, we're coming out for another ski week, right? So the skiing, number one. Number two, you've got the biking, the hiking, the outdoor adventure. If you are into any of that, Utah could be a phenomenal fit for you just because of all of that. I've had some families that are like, we love camping, and the camping here in Utah is so fun. And, all these different campgrounds are incredible. So whether it's camping, whether it's the water recreation, the boating during the summertime, I'm telling you, people bring their boats. People have a lot of outdoor fun here in Utah. Number two are the jobs. Yes, the jobs here in Utah, we still have a really strong job market and a strong economy here. Our unemployment is very low here in the state of Utah. So that is driving a lot of people here to Utah too, simply the job market. Number three, Utah and especially Salt Lake City is a very family friendly place. I know for me, I've got 4 kids. Yes, 4 kids. And I'm telling you, there is stuff for everyone to do. I love tonight. I am taking my kids to one of the women's professional soccer games here in, right in Salt Lake City. The kids are so excited. Like they can't wait to get to watch the Utah Royals. And you know what? I love stuff like that. We take our kids to the Jazz game. We take our kids to so many of the different universities have incredible family friendly events all the time, like taking the kids to the volleyball games, the basketball games, the baseball. I mean, sports, recreation, family friendly. Utah definitely has it dialed in. Speaking of that too, the cultural, moving right along, the cultural activities here in Utah are awesome. If you are into theater, if you're into arts, if you're into the museums, Utah has so many incredible theater, art, museums. I mean, we've taken our kids to a lot of different plays. I love the Utah Symphony. The Utah Symphony during the summertime has these, venues all over the place. Sometimes they have them at Thanksgiving Point, which is located in Lehigh. Sometimes they'll host them in Deer Valley. We've gone to Sundance. So many incredible, and basically bring your picnic blanket and you get to listen to the beautiful music, and you're out in Deer Valley, or you're in, you're just in these gorgeous locations, right? So it really doesn't get much better than that. So the cultural, the arts, the theater, the music, it really is amazing. In Sundance, one of my other favorite things in Sundance is, you go up there and they have during the summertime, they have like these bluebird festivals, and this concert series that they end up hosting there, and they bring in artists from all over the place. And again, beautiful music, nestled right in Sundance. It just really doesn't get much better than that. So you might be asking yourself, okay, well, Mariah, you just told me so many different things, and like, I'm hooked. I want to come to Salt Lake City now because I love the outdoors. I like that it's family friendly. I like that there's, like the job market's strong. I like that there's a lot of cultural and theater and like all those different things. Like, what could be wrong with Salt Lake now? So let's talk about some of the disadvantages of living here in Salt Lake. And again, for some people, well, this is a deal breaker. For other people, they're like, that is totally fine. And in fact, I actually like some of those things. So number one is the traffic and congestion. Utah is no longer the hidden gem. It is no longer a secret spot. The secret is out. Many people have figured out that Utah is an incredible place to live, and therefore, lots of people are moving here to Utah. Because of that, a lot of the freeways have more traffic, more congestion than they have in the past. The traffic, in my opinion, when you compare it to California, New York, some of these other places, even Florida, when I took my family to Florida recently, I couldn't believe how crazy the traffic was. So in perspective, it really does depend on where you're coming from. Yes, there's more traffic than there has been in the past, but compared to some of these other places that I've either lived or have visited before, it still is pretty good in my mind. Number two is the housing and affordability. Utah has become way more expensive of a state, and the affordability has just become a lot more. I know it is universal kind of all over. We know house prices have gone up so much, but here in Utah, I was just recently reading an article that number three, Utah is the third most expensive state to purchase a house in. That blows my mind. And so many of the residents here in Utah are like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, a lot of people are worried that their kids won't be able to afford to live here, or their grandkids won't be able to afford to live here just because the housing prices have gone up. With that being said, there are still, people that are moving here. Some people are like, oh, actually, this is, better than where I'm coming from. Or actually, I want to live out in this certain area and that's better. Or, whatever the situation is, in terms of affordability, too, here in Utah, we are a flat tax state. So we are 4.65%. For some people, they're like, actually, that is phenomenal. Like, I'm not on a gradual scale anymore. If we moved here to Utah, I would save a lot of more money. Or, so housing affordability, definitely something you should consider. Number three is the air quality. You can see today, it is gorgeous. It is just a beautiful, gorgeous day. But sometimes here in Utah, and especially in the Salt Lake Valley, we get the inversion. It's a thick, smoggy air that comes in, usually in the winter time, sits in the valley until it gets blown out by a storm. For some people who have asthma or health conditions, it could be a problem for them. So something to definitely know. Not every place has the inversion or that air quality problem, but also something that, consider it, make note of it, and just remember that, oh, Mariah told me that there is an inversion and it doesn't stick around all the time. It's not here, a lot, but just be aware of that. Number four, the extreme weather. You can see, just since I've been shooting this video, you can tell like the wind is picking up a little bit more. Here in Utah, we will get it'll be a beautiful, gorgeous, sunny day like this. And maybe in an hour or two, we could have a storm that just blows through. It could be hailing. In fact, it could even be snowing, but extreme temperatures. And so from one day to the next, you could have, it could be 50 degrees. And then the next day it could be 30 degrees, or it could be 60 degrees, or you know what I mean? So from day to day, especially in the winter, especially in the spring, you can see definitely different, storms that blow through and those kind of extreme changes in the weather. So something to be aware of and just something to know. And also there is, last but not least, there is a religious influence here in Utah. Now, some of my clients come and they're like, oh, how bad is it? How good is it? What does that mean? And many of my clients that have moved here, some are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Others are not members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Most of the people on both that either are or are not, I have had most people that have, said, hey, I've asked them like, hey, what do you think? How is it? Do you like it? Do you not? And they're like, you know what? I'm not a member of that faith, but I love living in the community. They make the best neighbors I've ever had. Like, they're so kind, they're so this is it. So everybody has a different take and a different story on it. Some people go, oh man, I had a bad experience and it wasn't good. But across the board, most of the people that I've talked to are like, actually, it's been phenomenal. So just a little, tidbit on that. Some love it, some don't, but something to be aware of. So hopefully this gives you an idea, some of the pros and cons of living here in Salt Lake City, whether it's the outdoor recreation, the strong job market, or, maybe the housing, the affordability might not be what you're looking for. Hopefully this gives you a snapshot. And if you are still thinking about making a move or relocating here to the Beehive State, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and I would absolutely love to connect with you. Wishing you a fantastic rest of your day and week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Have a great one. Bye.